Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tabo Tabashupi. I'm a first year student at Northwest University. I've enrolled for bachelor degree in education foundation phase. My presentation will be based on learning theories. Learning. Learning is an enduring change in behavior, the capacity to behave in a required manner influenced by a practice or experience. Theories. Theories is a set of acceptable principles, ideas that are scientific, used as a tool to explain a phenomenon. Learning theories. Learning theories that I will cover on my presentation are behaviorism theory, cognitive theory, social constructivism theory. Behaviorism. Behaviorism is a school of thought in psychology based on the assumption that learning occurs through interaction with the environment. We have the contributors of behaviorism. We have Edward Thorndike with the law of effect. We have B.F. Skinner with the operant condition. We have John B. Watson with little Albert, and we have Ivan Pavlov with conditional reflexes. Skinner views behaviorism. Views about behavior in learning is that a response to stimulus is more likely to occur in the future as a function of consequences of the prior responding, whereby reinforcing consequences make the response more likely to occur, whereas punishing makes it less likely to occur. Behaviorism theory of learning implicates that teachers must learn how to teach. They need only to be taught more effective ways of teaching. Skinner's operant conditioning. Positive reinforcement infer the presence of pleasant stimulus will lead to behavior increase positive behavior, whereby an individual respond to a stimulus. Negative reinforcement, the absence of pleasant stimulus will lead to an individual to respond. Behavior increases. A punishment which infers the presence of unpleasant stimulus will lead to a behavior of an individual to decrease. The individual may not respond at all. Behaviorism as a theory defines motivation as an increased probability of repetition of the required behavior, whereby learners will express that they are motivated because they were rewarded and that effective rewards are present. John B. Watson on behaviorism. Behaviorism involves understanding and explaining how behavior is learned and molded by experience. Behaviorists believe that almost everything everything a person or animal does is influenced by rewards and punishments in everyday life. According to them, we repeat behaviors that we get rewarded for and avoid the ones we get punished for. Constructivism. On constructivism, we have two views. We have individual cognitive constructivism and social constructivism by Dewey and Vygotsky. On individual cognitive constructivism, we have Jean Piaget. Cognitive theory emphasizes the acquisition of knowledge and skills, the formation of mental structures, and processing of information and beliefs. Jean Piaget's cognitive theory: thinking is qualitatively different depending upon the developmental stages of the learner. Infers that cognitive theory learning takes place whereby processes include direct learning, social transmission, and maturation. Jean Piaget is a major proponent of cognitive constructivism, whereby he proposes the four developmental stages. We have the sensory-motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, and formal operational stage. Social constructivism theory by Lev Vygotsky and Dewey. Lev Vygotsky's theory on social constructivism focuses on the social nature. Cognitive development is directly related to and based on social development. Zone of proximal development refers to the difference between two levels of cognitive function, adult and and a child, whereby an adult is a teacher, the child is a learner. Scaffolding refers the assistance that an expert gives a child to help him or her to reach higher than would be possible by the child's efforts alone. Here we have a summary of both cognitive theory and constructivism theory. I'll start by the cognitive theory. It says that defining characteristics is that stages development drives learning, and it is learner centered. Mechanism of change infers in a development stages as assimilation, accommodation, and equilibration. Readiness, genetic development, growth. Biological stages has to be developmentally appropriate. The role of student on cognitive theory, it means that the learner actively manipulates object ideas continually, invents and reinvents knowledge through interaction with the world. The role of a teacher and classroom on cognitive theory. The teacher must provide an environment that encourages students to interact and ask probing questions. Endpoints are that cognitive theory is hypothetical whereby everyone can reach an endpoint. Vygotsky on social constructivism, social interaction, zone of proximal development, learning drives development. Mm, yes, learning drives development. Mechanism of change, scaffolding, social interaction, cultural development, and internalization. Readiness, zone of proximal development has to contain the capabilities that are being taught, and scaffolding. Role of a student interacts with the instructor, peers, and socio-cultural environment has to solve problems. The role of a teacher in the classroom engages learner in socially organized activities, provides scaffolding for learners. Endpoints. Learning is how to think. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for viewing my video. Thank you.